Right, today I'm going to share with you a very interesting fact, and that is that it's about our memories. When we experience something, we have an experience in our life, a certain event, something that happened, and we start telling this story to other people. You know, the other day this and that happened, and it was terrible, or whatever it was. And I think it's the third, between the third, fourth, and or fifth time you tell that story to someone. Like, you could have a couple of weeks or months in between, but the third, fourth, or fifth time you tell that story, you have in fact forgotten the incident. You forgot what happened, but you remember what you yourself said. You don't remember the incident itself. You remember yourself talking about the incident. I'm not sure if it happens in the third, fourth, or fifth time, or it might be a couple more retells of the story. I'm not gonna say anything about that, and that's individual. But it's very interesting to know that you very often don't remember the incident itself, but you remember yourself talking about the incident. And if you didn't get the significance of that straight ahead, I'll explain it. Because if I had a bad incident, something that felt bad to me, and I start telling this to people, and I tell it, even I exaggerate. I say that it's worse than it actually is, or than it actually was. I'm saying that let's say the incident was pretty bad for me, and then I start telling, like, okay, I lost $100, and the next time I tell the story, I lost $120, $130, $140, and then suddenly you actually believe that you lost $200, for instance. I'm using money because it's so easy to measure. So suddenly you tell the story that, oh man, this and that happened, I lost $200 and it was so bad, and no. But then and you believe that. You're not lying. When you're telling someone you lost $200, you're not lying, because you believe that. That's what you remember from the incident. You remember you lost $200. But the truth is, you lost 100. But you don't remember that. You remember yourself talking about the incident. So it's replaced. And I think this is very interesting when it comes to, first and foremost, to how we can make things better than what they are, which is not always good either. But it's the bad thing is, if something bad happens and you make it even worse, you're messing up, you're screwing up your own life. And that's very important to be aware of when people tell stories, etc. For instance, when my girlfriend tells stories, I very often downscale them by 50%, at least, when she's telling me something, because I'm like, I've seen some of the stuff you're telling me about. It's half that. She's still gonna beat me up with this, but it's and it's I do this too. I'm guilty. Sometimes I tell a story and I exaggerate just to make it sound even more funny or interesting, whatever. And sometimes you just don't think about it and you exaggerate. But then you have to be aware that you actually forget the incident itself. And that's very interesting to me. And it also is, when it comes to, let's say there's a person I don't like for no particular reason, but I make up a reason, and then I talk to other people about this reason, and then I make up a story that might not even have happened, and suddenly they feel that this person is so bad that you're talking about, and when they meet that person, they're like, oh, this person is so bad, and then they meet that person, and they're not that bad after all, but they still think they're bad. So it puts them in a very bad spot, and it's super important to be aware of. And I think it's very important to know that you very often then forget the incident itself, but you remember your own voice, yourself telling the story of the incident. It's a classic example, like the fishes was this long, this long, this long. I don't have two hands because I'm holding my phone, but it gets longer and longer every time you tell the story. It goes for multiple things, I guess, to you guys out there. Never mind. Sorry, but that was what I wanted to say today. Be aware that your memory it can fool you, and you can fool your own memory. This can, of course, be used to your advantage as well. But be careful with it. Be careful with it. So with that, I hope you guys have an amazing day, and yeah, take one step, just one small step towards your goal, and eventually you'll find yourself there. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.